Hi everybody, it's Kaycee. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to do something a little bit different for the budget setup. I usually only show my bill due setup when I do a video, which is this part, and we will be doing that. We're using just regular, like my little bill due stickers to put on this monthly layout to keep track of all my bills and which ones have been paid and when they are due. But I figured this month maybe I would do a few more things to set up with all of you also. So we'll just kind of fill this in, and then my budget, I'm just gonna do my expenses and what's the expected amounts and everything. I just figured this might be helpful to some people. And I also have expense trackers. I don't do anything with this. You can see already, it's the first right now, so I'm a little late in setting this up, but I just went to Aldi already. So that's all I do for the expense tracker. I just record the date, where I went, and the amount, and then I do a running total of how much we spent for the whole month and the total, and I usually take up 2 pages. So I have 2 expense trackers here, but that's just something that I do throughout the month. Every time we make an expense, I record it right there. But we're gonna set up my budget and this page. I'm just gonna show you what I do. So let's just jump right into this. I use the dashboard page as kind of something to see what's coming up this month and next month. These are like bills that aren't every month bills. They're like just throughout the year. We'll just start with that, I guess. So this is pretty simple. This month, I thought the HOA was gonna go through last month, but it actually didn't. We only pay a yearly HOA fee of $50, and they usually send it in February. They want us to send a check, but we didn't, or not February, sorry, May. I don't know where that came from. They usually send it in May, but we didn't get one. So I'm assuming it'll be coming this month in June. So that's something different that I got to think about. And then my PO box is due, so I need to renew that. I do that yearly also. And next month I have home insurance. Technically, we'll probably get the bill this month, and I could pay it, and sometimes we do that in June, but I think we're gonna wait because we do have quite a few other expenses here. This month also, I have my Etsy taxes. This is home insurance. Etsy taxes will be this month. So that's kind of a bigger expense. My Etsy taxes. All right. So that's kind of what I just use these boxes for, just so I can see. Next month we don't have too much, so that's good. We're also going on vacation this month, so that's kind of why I'm not paying home insurance. It's due at the beginning of July, so that's why sometimes we just pay it at the end of June because the bill comes a couple weeks early. But I'm just putting it under July right now. And then up here, I actually use this as the amount that we get for each payday tracker. So I get paid on Tuesdays, every other Tuesday, and my husband gets paid on Friday, and it's the same week. So we each have 2 paydays this month. So all I do right here is I put our name, and then I just put like the paychecks, and I just put the amount we get for each of these. Like this. It's just what I've been doing, nothing too fancy. And that's just right here. And that's all I'm gonna do for this page. The notes, usually I keep in here. If we put anything extra towards savings, I'll put the amount here. If anything come up in the month, or we get any extra income, I'll just kind of put it here. Or if we put anything extra towards our mortgage, that's our debt. So that's just a nice little section for that. But that's all I do for the dashboard page. So we're gonna flip it over here, and I'm gonna fill out my budget. I'm gonna do all my expenses. Up here, I just we have my husband's income, and then we have my income. And then I always have a other category. This is usually like for birthdays. Most of the time that's about the only thing, but we'll get money every once in a while for just random things. So any extra income that comes in just goes right here. And then I'm going to show you all my expense categories. So these are just the categories that I found worked best for us. I know everybody's is different, but these are the ones that we just found that we spend the most each month, or it just made sense for us. So I'm going to show you what our categories are. The first one, I'm going to put gas for our house. I do a different one for our cars. And then water, these are all house utilities, these first 3, and electric. And then I am going to put my expected amount. We're hopefully less than 70 because we're not using the heat. But that seems to have gone up, and our water keeps going up, but we got our bill already for that. So I know that'll be $79.10. They said they're going to be slowly increasing that for the next 6 months, unfortunately. So that's going to keep going up. That'll be a little higher than usual. And then I'm just estimating electric $65 for now. And then I have it written off to the side because I did this. I look at my previous month's budget. May, I totaled everything, and then I kind of go off those numbers, and then I go off what I know is happening for June. So that's kind of how I get these numbers. I've been tracking it for quite a while now, so it's pretty accurate, but every month something always seems to come up. That makes it different. It's never exact, obviously, but we try to keep it pretty close to the budget. All right, food and groceries. This we raised quite a bit recently. It just seems to have gone up. Like the groceries just seem to have gone up quite a bit, so we had to raise that. So that's $400. We spent a little more than this last month, but we're going to be gone for a week, and I think we might do a little bit more restaurants. So that's the next category. And usually I don't put too much in restaurants, but I'm going to put $100 just because we will be gone. So we plan on, we're staying in a cabin, so we're gonna use mostly groceries, and we're splitting between a couple other couples, but we still we're planning on going out at least once, so I'm putting that for that. And then the rest of the month, and then we have personal, home, and pets. Pets is, we have a dog, and we have a I include our pond. We have a little fish pond in the backyard, like a garden, water garden. So that I actually put all the pond stuff in with pets. But we have, for personal, I'm just going to go with 50 this month. Home, we're not really planning on buying anything, but we have the HOA, so that's $50. So I put that there. And then pets, so usually we don't spend this much, but we're going to be boarding our dog. So we're going to have some of that for boarding. And then we have car, and then we have the gas for our car. So we don't have anything planned for the car this month. And I just like to separate the gas from the car because that's our biggest car expense. So like this would be oil changes, or like last month we needed to buy a light for our one car, a brake light. So that would go under car, but then anything, all our gas just goes into a separate category. I just like seeing that differently. We shouldn't have a lot. I'm not including our rental car in this. I'm just going to put that in the miscellaneous. Usually I put 0 for miscellaneous, but since we are taking a vacation, and a lot of the things I'm going to be paying for, I'm just going to be paying a friend. So I won't have like the specific breakdown of everything. So I just figured I'm going to be putting that in miscellaneous for this month. That'll work. All right, and then we have clothes, gifts, and fun. Clothes, I might buy something for the trip. I'm not sure. So I'm putting $50 still. And then gifts, we have a lot happening this month. So I'm putting, this is like our giving and for like presents and stuff. And then fun. This is usually board games. Me and my husband play a lot of board games. So that's what a lot of this is, or just anything that we decide to do. The sun came out. Hopefully it's not too blinding. It's getting kind of bright here. Hopefully it's fine on the video. All right, and then Etsy and miscellaneous. So Etsy is all my Etsy expenses that I have, and this month we have our taxes, like we put in back here, and the P.O. box. So that's an Etsy thing too. So I'm actually it's going to be a big one this month. So $1,875. And I have been saving up. I put a portion of my monthly salary I just keep it into a savings account, so it is not just like 1 month where I have to pay all of this. So I knew this was coming, so I had it saved up. And then I think this is overestimating what I still owe for our trip, but I'm just putting $500 just so it's there. I'd rather overestimate than underestimate. So that's what we have. And then I already totaled all this up. Total for this is $4,214.10. And this is one of our bigger months because we do have a couple bigger expenses there. All right, and then nothing has changed for my fixed expenses. I'm putting my mortgage, Compassion, we have a Compassion child, and then Reliant, and our internet. These are just things that don't change. So our mortgage is $1,200, Compassion is $50, Reliant is $100. And then internet, I asked my husband to call to see if we can get this down because it went up a few months ago. But they're putting fiber, like a fiber cable line through our internet, and he's like, maybe we'll just change to that, but it's not ready yet. So I don't really know what we're doing with that, but it would be nice to get that down. But we'll see. So this total is $1,421.99. And then I add these two together to see the total expected expenses, which would be $5,636.09, which is a lot. So it's a big month. But I wanted to set that up with everybody just so you could see that. I just decided not to put our income here, but I would do what I'm expecting my husband to get, what I'm expecting me to get, and then I usually I'm not expecting anything, but we both have. I just had a birthday, and my husband's birthday is this month, so we might get something, but I'm still going to put 0, and we'll just put, if we do get any money, we'll put it in the actual. So I'll fill that out after I shut the camera off. And then now what we're going to do is what I usually do, and we're going to set up my monthly layout, which is right here. And the sun might be on, but it's over there, so hopefully that'll be okay. It's just bright today. I am starting out with my taxes. This is my quarterly taxes for Etsy. I'm just assuming that they're always due on the 15th. I actually don't know. Maybe I should probably check that. I usually pay it a little earlier. I usually pay it after my first payday. I'm gonna put it on the 15th, even though it's a Saturday too. I'll just make sure I pay them. I just do this online. I do my payment online, so we're just going to say that they're due by the 15th, but if I pay it off early, I just check it off and I know it's done. All right, and then tithe. This is part of our giving. I usually do that the first week or two, and that I just do it online also. And then our mortgage, that always comes the first, but the first is actually a Saturday. That's today, and it's not going to go out. So we're actually going to put it on Monday. I always say this, but these are also available in colorful, and they're also, I have 8.5 by 11 and A5 sizes. So this is the 7 by 9 Erin Condren, but then I also have these in, this is neutral. It's just black, like a gray. It's like a dark gray color. And then I have them with colors on it. There are like 12 different colors as a background for the image. All right, the electric is due around the 17th. Should be here. And then Compassion. That's always at the beginning of the month too, so I'm going to put that on the 3rd because I don't think it'll come out this weekend either. It'll wait until Monday. And Reliant comes a little later. It comes around the 5th. I'm just going to do this. I'm sitting in a different place today, so I can't see the camera when I do this. It's a little different, but I figured since I'd be writing, I didn't want to be standing up the whole time. Usually I stand up most of the time. I don't have a good spot to actually film, so I always bring it down into my kitchen to film. So I need to find like a spot that actually would work better for filming. But all right, our gas comes towards the beginning of the month. Our internet is the 22nd. It's a Saturday. It goes through on our credit card. It should still go. It usually goes on any day but a Sunday. And then we have this is for my Etsy credit card. I have to pay that on the 10th. And I also have another credit card that I pay on the 10th. We don't use all these credit cards all the time, but we kind of just, this one is my husband's. They're both due, but we always make sure to pay them off also. I like saying this every time. I don't think you should ever get into credit card debt. It's very hard to get out of, and the interest is so high. It's just not, if you can't pay off your credit card, don't use your credit card. So, but we like to use it because we get points, and we don't buy extra. We just put our groceries and necessities on our credit card, and then just get a little bit of money back. So you just kind of use it because it's there, but we don't put anything extra towards it. Like buy anything unnecessary, I guess that's what I'm saying. All right, I'm gonna put this on this side. And then this card, actually, I think it's gonna be like in a month or something. I haven't used it in so long. It said it's gonna, I don't know if it's cancel or whatever. It says it's not gonna, I'm not gonna be able to use it after, I think this month or something. So then I won't have that one anymore. I'm just letting it expire. Because I haven't used it in so long. I got a notice saying I wasn't gonna be able to use it anymore. All right. Kohl's, I don't use very often either, but they don't ever seem to, it's always available, and I've never gotten a notice that it was getting closed or anything, so we're just gonna keep having that. And then our water bill is the 15th, and it will go through. It'll say pending until the next Monday, but it always goes through on Saturday still, so we'll put that there. And that is all of my bills. So all I do is I'll put what I know. So like internet is $71.99. Unless this changes, then I'll have to white out some things, but there we have that. And then the mortgage, I'm just putting what I know. And then Compassion, we have a little boy in Thailand that we support. And Reliant is another giving thing. And that is everything that we know the amounts for. So that is my setup for June. I hope everybody enjoyed this video. Let me know if you liked seeing my budget in this. Also, it made it a little bit of a longer video, but hopefully you enjoyed that. If you have any questions, let me know. These are all my stickers. Everything that I'm using here can be found on my Etsy shop. I'll have a link to them below. So this is my June design. I do have July designs. They're ice cream cones, little ice cream cones. They're also available on my Etsy shop right now. And I'm making August. I don't have it here yet, but they'll be coming. If you have any questions, just let me know in the comments below. Let me know what you think about my stickers if you want to. If you have any questions or requests, let me know. And I will talk to you all later. Bye.